What's going on, my PT peeps? My Walking Dead family. I'm my fighters. I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about Super Bowl 54. If you're a Chiefs fan, you're excited, you're glad, you're like, best Super Bowl ever. If you're a 49ers fan, you're like, ah, man, rough day. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the Super Bowl nonetheless. And it almost made up for last year's Super Bowl. Not really. That was probably one of the worst Super Bowls. The worst Super Bowl I've ever seen was last year with the Patriots and the Rams. But this Super Bowl was entertaining. The Chiefs won. The Super Bowl halftime show was pretty good. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez did a good job. I don't know what was up with the tongue thing Shakira did, but it was ultimately funny, and it's going to be memes all over the place, I'm sure. But ultimately, let's talk about the game a little bit, okay? Came out with what you expected. Conservative stuff. Maybe you had some prop bets. Maybe you had a block pool. If you had a block pool and you had double zeros, man, you cleaned up a little bit because it was double zeros in the second quarter, double zeros in the third quarter, and man, you made some good money, hopefully. But sadly, I did not. I did not have the numbers that won for the block pools, but ultimately, it was a good time. It was very entertaining, and I was happy with either team winning. You know, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I didn't really care nonetheless. They are not in the Super Bowl this year. Hopefully, they get there in the next couple of years. We got a new coach and all that stuff, but that's another video down the road. I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fan, so I might be making more videos about that. But let's talk about the game. So ultimately, it came out with conservative calls. That's what you do. Neither team wants to give it away. Neither team wants to have anything big moments. And, well, Patrick Mahomes, being Patrick Mahomes, took over the game. The 49ers defense, I thought, was going to be the way the 49ers win. They're going to run the ball and play good defense. And to be honest, they did. They only gave up 10 points for the first three quarters. The last quarter, they gave up 21 points. Maybe it was play calls, maybe it was this, maybe it was conservative calls, but Kyle Shanahan is the coach of the 49ers. He cannot keep a lead in the Super Bowls, evidently. So let's go back to when the Atlanta Falcons played the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. It's a big flop, it's a big, choke, whatever you want to call it. Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator of the Falcons. They were up 28-3 with so much time left. They should have won the game. They didn't. They didn't have the right play calls. They didn't do certain things to close out the game. Sounds a lot like what happened with the 49ers against the Chiefs. It was 20-10 going into the fourth quarter. They were up 10 points. They did not score any more points after 20. And it's like, what? What are you doing? They had stops. The clock is the enemy. Run the ball. They're trying to throw the ball. I just don't know what they were doing. And again, I don't really care if the 49ers won or the Chiefs won. I'm glad the Chiefs won, actually. Patrick Mahomes is great. Andy Reid. I'm glad Andy Reid won a Super Bowl. I'm originally from South Jersey, and I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. There's a lot of us there. You should be an Eagles fan. Well, I'm not. And it takes me back to when Andy Reid was the coach of the Eagles. He went to the Super Bowl, and they lost. But I think people love Andy Reid now because he's not the Eagles coach and they won a Super Bowl and whatever. But, I know a lot of people hated Andy Reid and they wanted Andy Reid out as coach when he was, the Eagles head coach. But he went to the Chiefs and, the Chiefs were really good in the regular season for a long time. They just couldn't get it done in the playoffs, and they finally did here. Really, if you think about it, Patrick Mahomes and the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs were really one play away from going to the Super Bowl last year. They lost to the Patriots on, Dee Ford was lined up in the neutral zone and, Tom Brady threw an interception, but it came back. And nonetheless, the Patriots won the Super Bowl last year. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year, and it was very entertaining. And it was definitely one of those things where you're like, man, this is what the Super Bowl is all about. Thought the commercials were pretty funny. Halftime show was pretty good. The football was flying around all over the place, and it was just entertaining. So if you're a Chiefs fan, I'm glad for you. I really am, because that's a team that hasn't won a Super Bowl since Super Bowl IV. And Super Bowl IV was a long time ago. That was 50 Super Bowls ago. And I'm glad that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Andy Reid seems like a great guy, and Patrick Mahomes and everybody there too. So I don't know what was up with The Rock introducing both teams. I guess he's from, South Florida, and it was in Miami, and it was this. And, people love The Rock, and, WWE is partnered with Fox for Friday Night SmackDown and stuff. So I don't know what was going on with that, but the Super Bowl was really good. And to me, this is what the Super Bowl was all about. And it was funny because I work with people as a physical therapist in the clinic, and I was talking with a couple therapists last year. One of the ladies is not from the United States. She's from Mexico, and she never really watches football. She doesn't really watch football. I told her, yeah, you got to watch the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is great. That was last year. telling her to watch Super Bowl for the first time. And it was the Patriots Rams Super Bowl last year for her first time to watch a Super Bowl. And I was like, I'm sorry, it's not really like that. It's usually not that boring. It's usually not this, that. And this year, hopefully she watched, and, it's one of those entertainment Super Bowls that it was. It was great. It was very entertaining. I thought the trailers were there. I love, some of the best moments of it are the commercials. I love the Jeep, Bill Murray Groundhog Day, because it was Groundhog Day for the Super Bowl, and it was a lot going for it, too. It was 02/02/20, and it was Groundhog Day, and it was Super Bowl Sunday. It was pretty awesome, and, just what jumps out at me, the commercials were the Jason Momoa one. That was crazy when he was, basically removing his muscles and doing all that stuff. You're like, what is going on here? The Disney Plus, when you can see, Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki and WandaVision. You're like, okay, I can't wait for that later this year. And, just the Doritos one, they always have certain commercials that are Doritos and, the beer commercials and the trailers and everything. But it was entertaining, and I thought it was very good. Ultimately, this is what the Super Bowl was all about. So congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs. Pretty cool. I'm glad they won. I feel bad for the 49ers a little bit, but you didn't close out the game. You were winning 20-10 into the last quarter, and you did nothing to put the game away. You got stops and still didn't do anything to put the game away. You can't do that. You keep giving chances to Patrick Mahomes, and he's going to put up points, and he did. So next year's Super Bowl is in Tampa, and I live in Tampa, so I'm excited for that. I might go to the NFL experience. I went to, one back, it was in South Florida, when I was in PT school, and it was pretty cool. So I might check it out next year. I know all celebrities come around the Super Bowl and everything there. But next year is in Tampa Bay. Pretty awesome stuff. We'll see who gets there. Maybe the Cowboys. Probably not, but ultimately we'll see what happens. Hopefully they get their act together. But overall, guys, I thought the Super Bowl was much improved from last year, much more entertaining, much better. It was just better all around. I'm excited, and we all can agree that the Patriots weren't in it. It's always a good day. So thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts about the Super Bowl. What did you like? What did you not like? Which Super Bowl commercials did you actually like? Did you like the halftime? And did your team win? Thank you guys for watching, and see ya.